Okay, everyone. Hello. Welcome to King of the Theaters. That's Tier 2 that we're casting right now. As of the time of recording this stream, Tier 1 is very close to the finals, so I will not cast that. And I see Warp Gates is already casting Tier 0. So this is the next very exciting tier that needs some coverage. And let's play that and hope that Tier 40, TR14 is not too annoying to the players. Otherwise I might have to leave. If that's the case, I have no idea what we're gonna do. And try and find some other games, or I don't know, we can take a Protoss Q&A, very improvised, until the next game starts. So, standard openings from both players. Seems like it's gonna be an overpull from Intel, and let's see if Refrigerator is gonna go for a Gateway or Forge. Given the timing of that probe, yeah, I feel like Forge is the thing to go. And an overpull from the Zerg. Refrigerator is scouting that. And let's see what's the reaction. He's checking over here to see if there's any drones. However, Intel has not sent a drone yet. So 2:05, or just after 2 minutes, is when Zerg will try to expand if they're going for an overpull. It's a nice timing to just have in your head all the time. Especially in early PvZ, it's just not a very hard thing to do. And that's why if your scouting is a bit late, you can sort of confirm what exactly build was Zerg going for. And as you can see, 2:05 has passed, but the Zerg has decided to go for more drones, and the hatchery will go down right now. That seems like only one pair of links, so yeah. Refrigerator is doing exactly what should be doing. He's not overreacting to the links. Let's see if he can keep the probe alive in the Zerg space. There's like some juking is going on. Against a pair of links, it's not as bad to keep the probe alive, but it's still very task demanding because you have to move your probe, build your gateways, rally your probes, build your pylons, and do everything. So, kind of a tricky skill, but very essential for PvZ. And so far, Refrigerator is doing a good job. They just confirmed the third base, which is nice. Let's see if he can escape the ambush. Yep, well, he tried his best. So what Refrigerator did here was he was mineral walking, or he clicked on the gas, so the probe was able to ignore unit collision. It did not quite work for them this time, but who knows, maybe next. And the very very reason why I don't want to leave the Zerg space, especially the main, if you can keep your probe alive, is it's very essential that you see where the first 100 gas is going. If the Zerg has mined a lot of gas and are not making a layer, you can assume link speed if you're still in the main base, but what you should do in this scenario is just go to the natural, go to the third base and confirm that layer is not somewhere else. If that's the case, could be link speed, but you need to keep on checking if you cannot confirm the Hydra then. And basically, if you see the Hydra then, many cannons. Because the Zerg here is going for a very aggressive 3-hatch Hydra, pumping slightly more drones than necessary here. Okay, so that's basically that's one drone too many. The optimal thing to do here is have 9 on your minerals over here, 7 on your minerals over here, and then only 3 drones mining over here. The reason why you don't want 8, as in this case, and 7, is just because there's 7 mineral patches, and that's the most optimal. Okay, so the probe did actually manage to confirm these Hydras, and let's see what's the reaction. The rev distance is long enough such that these cannons should complete, and Frigerider is doing a very smart thing by not placing their cannons just under the forge in the gateways, so that Hydras will not be able to snipe them without range. But yeah, Zerg is basically pumping Hydras here non-stop. And what Frigerider is doing right now is the correct response, but currently they don't have any information if Zerg is going for more Hydras or if they're just droning behind this. We of course know that the Zerg is not droning, and is pumping as much Hydras as possible. It's taking the second gas though, which is interesting. I don't see why this gas is needed yet, and they don't really have any higher tech. The Corsair will confirm some drones, so he should not stop making cannons. That cannon is a bit too much. The pylon also unnecessary, and okay, so if you're in Frigerider's position, do not make these cannons and do not make that pylon. You have your observer, your Corsair, that is scouting that the Zerg is very saturated, so basically you can have another mind map in your head. That was totally not worth it. So remember how the 973 build has, well, 3 drones on the third base? As soon as you scout the third base and you see that there's more than 3 drones, you know that Zerg has gone for drones, so you don't really need Hydra cannons. So that's only 9 Hydras, and the Protoss already has 6 cannons, 8 cannons. That is too much. That said, Frigerider is currently not behind, just because Inteon's macro has been slipping a bit. But in general, if you can confirm that Zerg is going for drones, and let's say in this case they only have 10 Hydras or so, you can safely stop at about 4 to 5 cannons. So these 2 cannons are not needed. That extra pylon also just bumping up the supply, but really that's not needed here, and these minerals could have been spent otherwise. That Corsair did finally manage to pick up that weakened Overlord that was left from earlier, but that's about it for now. So the Zerg has a lair, and Protoss confirmed that. There's also the Spire, which is something you need to be wary of. Zerg currently has 2 gas and is making a Spire. So you do need some, well, you either need to keep going producing Corsairs or get some cannons in your mineral lines, or both. Because currently the threat of the Mutas is here. As you can see right now, Intel is floating quite a bit of minerals, and it is possible that as soon as this spire completes, Intel will go for 10, even more mutas. Okay, looks like Refrigerator managed to bust out of his soft contain that Zerg was trying to impose, and is currently loose on the map. That is just 8 zealots, but at the same time Zerg has no defending units right now, so these 8 zealots have the potential to do a lot of damage. Intel has just kept droning, and don't really want to see that either. Finally, some Hydras will arrive, but these Hydras need to back off to regroup and unite with these Hydras over here. That was a very good thing that Refrigerator went for. He was attacking here, and he also went for the guerrilla tactics of snapping another base. In this case, Intel just did not have enough attention to deal with both, and lost some drones over here, and lost this base. So that was a very good reaction by Intel. But as you can see again, as I said earlier, the threat of these mutas is here, and the mutable is growing. That's 10 mutas. You ideally, I think, want... Let's try and do some math on stream. I think it was 5 mutas, so 5 times 9 is 45 damage, and that's exactly enough to one-shot a probe. So you normally want either 5 mutas, or you want 11 mutas with an overlord, so you can stack. A bit of a mistake by Intel here, fighting where the cannons are, taking way too much damage. A better play here would be to just surpass that whole army and go for the main, because currently, if he parks his mutas right here, the main is compromised, and Refrigerator will not have any mining, and I think that's what we're gonna see here. Another good thing that you can do with these mutas is go for these Templar snipes. Yeah, as you can see, Refrigerator has to evacuate all the probes. I see some supporters for Refrigerator, that is annoying. I see some supporters for Refrigerator in the chat, so give him all the love. He does need it, because he's currently on 2 bases, and he is doing quite well. I'll give you that. Just attacking that gateway, just so the gateway knows who's the boss. But yeah, he is mining on 2 bases, and right now here he's really realistically mining on 1 base, and it's sort of an Intel is currently deciding to just give Refrigerator that gift of not harassing the main anymore. But by all means, Refrigerator could have done just massive damage over here and prevented mining for a very long time. Let's see, that is an attack that Intel is gathering, and he's trying to muster his forces here, but all of that Zergo is very badly synced, and these storms are huge. I don't really think that this is a play that Intel wanted here. So basically Zerg now has no mutas to defend. And I don't know how they are realistically, how they try to hold this. Yep, it's D&D, so that you don't get any spoilers from Tier 1. mean, Inton is going for a good strategy of trying to snipe all the Corsairs, but it seems like Refrigerator has made 4 Corsairs and 4 Observers and only 10. He's trying to attack. Still, these Lurkers could do massive damage, basically because these Observers are out of position. But yeah, okay, Observers are coming over here right now, and this storm was really big. It seems like, I don't know, this is a very back and forth game. Like, Intel currently has no mining whatsoever. But at the same time, Refrigerator is running quite low, and he's not really mining this very optimal. As you can see, only 6 probes mining the natural. So currently, Refrigerator is very starved resource-wise. But at the same time, Intel has almost no economy himself. But at least he has the basis advantage. And the last thing that he wants to do right now really is going for these attacks and trying to deny the base. I get where Inton is coming from. They're probably currently thinking that they're very behind after taking so much damage earlier. But that is because we're observers, we can see everything. We can see that this is not quite true. So the optimal play here would be to just keep macroing back in his base and not try to go for these small attacks. Although that said, Zerg has 2-2, something that I have not noticed so far, and Protoss only on 1-1, even though there were 2 forges. I would have expected that the Protoss upgrades would be on par with the Zerg right now, but that's not the case. Some Zealot army over here being forgotten, and now Refrigerator knows about it. And we will try and move these Zealots around. This base will be established, and I very much like that, leaving the High Templar over here to defend in case of any counters. So it seems like that the game is gonna stabilize, and if Intel stops sending his army so reckless, if Intel just stops sending and losing his armies in chunks as he has been doing so far, he's got a very big chance to take this game. But currently, he just needs to reposition and regroup, and I think he's doing the smart thing, and that's what he's going for right now. So, looks like the game will continue, and will possibly be a bit more stable. Currently, Refrigerator has the supply advantage and has just taken that fresh base. But the economy of 1 base mining, essentially, let's just call it 2 base mining, because he has some leftovers over here and over there. Eventually, if Inton stops attacking like this, eventually Inton will be able to muster a big enough army such that they can overwhelm the Protoss, because Inton has massive economy at the moment. That base is under-saturated, but other than that, his economy is very good. But you never know. So one thing that you want to do with these Lurkers is you want to position them at the top of the ramp, because they're so much better. By the way, these are Lurkers that got stormed and went down to, I think, is it 20 health? I think it's 20 health. It's either 20 or 5 health. So, and they have currently killed almost in full. But look at this, that is 10 lurkers that Inton is morphing right now. And Inton can afford that basically because, as I said, that their economy currently is huge, and what they really want to do is resaturate that base. Excuse me. Resaturate that base. Possibly take that third gas again, take that fourth gas, and work their way up to hive. Because basically, one thing that is really hard for Protoss to deal with is that later hive tech units that the Zerg can produce. But that was a massive attack going with the lurkers head on. You generally don't want to engage like that with lurkers. Lurkers are great at defending, and also if you already have the Protoss corner and surrounded, then you can establish your lurkers and siege the Protoss army that way, such that they don't have any opportunities to escape. But leading with the lurkers like that is something that you generally want to avoid doing. So Inton can learn from that. And right here, as a Zerg right now, you don't want to be fighting over here for this region, because there's really nothing interesting happening on the map. Over here, sure, if you can defeat the Protoss army, that is huge, and you can cut reinforcements. But really, what you want to be doing is you want to strike this base to prevent it from going up, prevent these cannons from fully morphing, and basically start your opponent to death that way. Because, yeah, that base is gone. That base is almost as good as gone. So if Refrigerator could have been just stopped at 3 bases, Inton has got that good game in the bag. Also, blink speed, very important upgrade, so always make sure to research that eventually. Was there a storm drop that I missed? Because there's way too many drones mining gas. Oh, it's only 5, but let's see. That base saturation, he has taken the gas. And Zerg with a lot of gas is very dangerous species. You don't want to deal with that ever, really. But still very low saturation at this base. Intel will have to eventually give up this, yeah, expansion. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what I really want to see Intel doing here is take up to that hive. Thanks for following, 2-6 for you. Take up to the hive so they can get more upgrades, and they can take to the either defilers or any of the other just hive units such as cracklings. If you upgrade speed and adrenal glands on the Zerglings, that is amazing. That makes them so much better. I believe with no upgrades, or with 3-3 upgrades, one Zealot will just die to 2 Lynx if they have speed and adrenal upgrades. So cracklings are just crazy. But yeah, you have access to your defilers, you have access to your superior upgrades, and your adrenal glands evolution. Hive is just very dangerous. Currently, Intel does have a good economy, but I suppose going for Ultralisks at that stage would not be something very advisable. Let's see what the choice of tech is for Intel now, as they have research their hive. I would hope that the very first thing that they would do is get these upgrades. You also want to be upgrading your LA weapons. Okay, so Intel was able to scout there was a scouting hydra over here. Able to scout that refrigerator is trying to set up for another base. And that here is quite a good move. I believe these hydras will be in time to snipe most of these cannons without taking very big losses. And that is the case. Let's see what refrigerator's response will be. So they can quite easily wipe that base just because the Protoss army is out of position. But instead they're going for this one, which is a very good move. You can't defend with just lurkers. What you want ideally is set up some spore conies and lurkers with sunkens. They're so much stronger. But yeah, basically right now, let's see what's going on here. Can these links pick up a few of the High Templars? So that basically is the heart of the Protoss army. If you can take out the High Templars, you will eventually deal with the whole army. But yeah, as I said, that base is dead. And these hydras will eventually overwhelm the forces that refrigerator has garrisoned over here. So, and that base should already be dead. But there's a very big fight happening over here, and both of our players are focusing their attention right there. That is just a handful of hydras. They will not. That doesn't seem like there will be enough. Links have finally have their speed upgrade. They're not adrenalines yet, but you can see that these links will now wipe all these High Templars. And that is a very scary thing when the Zerg is just able to flood links like that and pick off the rest of your army. Basically, it's sort of like the TVP, where the Protoss can just trade their whole army for most of what's the Terran's army, and then can just rally zealots and pick up the rest of the tanks if the Terran's reinforcements were not on time. And similarly here, I think we saw only 4 High Templars dying, but realistically that could have been either all of them or at least 6. Refrigerator scouting that base, making sure that Intel is not taking it while they are retaking that one. I think that is an okay move, but what would be better is if Intel can morph some lurkers over here, take that base, and if they can control both of the bottom bases, that should be enough. Links are just flooding right now. But there's a lot of storm and a lot of cannons over here. That's not the place where you want to be attacking. That link flood would have been much more efficient over here at the 9 o'clock base, for example. It's a very huge rally, and we're seeing an arbiter being made by our Protoss player. Finally, some of these forges are working. Not both of them, but at least some. At least one of them is working, and we can see why. So the Protoss has already gone up to 3-3, and is currently working only on their plasma shield upgrades. Huge recoil into the main. Has managed to pick up the Hydrogen already, and will be going for that Defiler mount. Seems like that recoil may just be what Refrigerator needs right here, because he has these huge reinforcements, and I feel like he's setting up for another eco, but yeah, as I said, that might be enough for Intel to just tap out. Very interesting game. Refrigerator was behind for a big chunk of the game, but they managed to bring it back. and take away that victory. So let's see who is Intel gonna play next. Who is Free Trader gonna play next? Seems like it's gonna be Free Trader versus KotT. And let's see if Free Trader wants us to observe the next game. I wonder why was the latency bad. Alright, Free Trader is from America and I'm in Europe. Intel was also in the UK, so I don't think leaving that game would have made much of a difference. But we may have to leave KotT and Free Trader to play on their own. I will try and ask them to observe, but realistically, if it gets to turn rate 10, I will leave the game. I know, but we should not. We should get KotT. I have played with KotT before, and his turn rate was good, but I think it was Free Trader currently that has. We had somewhat. We had a turn rate 10 game last time. It was not too laggy, but I don't want to annoy the players too much. So we'll either do that or we'll just wait for KotT and Romulus to finish. Also, I can check KotT. Oh, no. So we'll try to cast KotT versus Free Trader right now. But if we can't, we'll just cast KotT's other game. Secret is Bridge guy, he's so cool and handsome. And he always wins. Well, that might change, my friend. And also, he's in the losers bracket. So, don't want to spoil it for you, but there was a match at least that Free Trader has lost. Let's see, maybe we can get some of Free Trader's previous games. Do you want to see Free Trader versus Borisu? Or Free Trader versus Bekro? What else can we get? We can get KotT versus Borisu and KotT versus Kamodas. So feel free to suggest me any games that you might want to see. Seems like KotT and Free Trader have some grudge going on. That will be very sad if I can cast it. Always nice to see some competition going on between the two players. Well, go and find some other games if this one lags. I got Nightcat's last game, so pretend that you don't know what the outcome is, and let's go. Okay, so let's see if how is the game behaving. Turn rate 12, not the best start. 16 low is very good. And to the players, if they want me to leave, I will leave. I should start playing top versus bottom. Nice guys, D&D. Send it to Europe. Yeah, I'll leave. Let's hope they get some good games right now, as I have left. That's okay, don't fret. We have a Nightcat game to cast. Let's see what is. It's Nightcat versus Camudas, TVZ. Excellent. I know nothing TVZ. So, gonna be a fun cast. Let me get that replay and then we can get right on to the game. CPL. Is it CPL 7? No, it's CPL 8 right now. I need to organize, make a new folder. Or CPL 8. That is the king of the theater. And it's gonna be not that one. Let's go to the replays. CPL 8. That's the one. Romulus versus Nightcat. By the way, if anyone wants to join co-casting, feel free. Is my stream saying Diablos Resurrected? I don't believe so. Should be Brood War. Let's hope it's Brood War anyway. So what do we have here? They did play at top versus bottom, which is great because desert maps and what was the short key for that? There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, it's good that they play top versus bottom because desert maps and yellow is just a nightmare. So, currently nothing interesting is happening. Both players are playing quite standard. No 4 pools, 5 pools, etc. No random proxy rocks shenanigans. So, and that's expected. Butter just has a very long approach distance, and you don't want to open with something way too aggressive. I would not be surprised. Okay, seems like we'll go for 9 hatch. Is that 9 hatch into gas? Okay, forget everything I said. 9 hatch into a gas trick. Okay. For a moment there, I thought it was gonna be 9 pool speed. And even though it doesn't really make sense to be aggressive on butter, sometimes you can be, just because your opponent might not be expecting it. Okay, so normal gas timing from the Terran player. They will get their racks, and let's see what will be after that. I don't see a wall in, so unlikely it's gonna be any. It's unlikely gonna be any tech openings, such as going for mech. And there are 6-lings. There's the ICV. Let's see what's the micro like. And Nightcat. Why did you lose the ICV? So, you do want to keep your ICV alive in PvZ. It's not as essential as the probe in PvZ, but it's still quite important. Okay, so Nightcat, so the 6-lings, that is a bit of an overreaction, but I don't blame him. Playing safe is better than not playing at all. And let's see what okay, I know nothing. The Nightcat will still go for that wall in with the for the tech opening with the without the wall. So I wonder why that may be. Meanwhile, Zerg is going for very fast Spy Rush, 2 hatch muta, very standard in PvZ. It's basically what you want to see. And let's see what the response from Nightcat is gonna be. It's currently a vulture. I'm convinced that's super helpful. And also, where is your anti-air, Nightcat? The Zerg Slayer will complete in a few seconds, and Nightcat will either need the engineering bay or they will need to go for some Goliaths. That is good micro. Let's see that vulture being repaired. Yes, that is good. I like that. I like that very much. So Nightcat is going for what seems to be 911, but without the starport. So I don't really get the opening from Nightcat over here. Just because, okay, we have a twist. Where is the second extractor? So Romulus, what they can do over here in this scenario. If they had taken that second extractor, and I've been mining gas the whole time, when that spire completes, Romulus would be able to go for 9 to 10 mutas, as you can see, with no anti-air, that would have been game. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a Zerg player really, so, and not a Terran player, so don't blame me if I get this wrong, but I think the 2-hatch muta timing hits at about 6:30. So let's watch the Terran base and see if Nightcat will have any anti-air by 6:30. My guess would be no, just because that NG bay is very, very late. So Nightcat going for somewhat of a contain here, but Romulus doesn't care. They already have that hatchery. Nightcat has not scouted it. And, I mean, yeah, okay, great. You've got these mutas. They are a bit late, but still, 0 anti-air. It's 6:50. And that's 15 seconds ago would have been the moment where 6 mutas will appear in the Terran space if Romulus is going for the 2-hatch muta. And I think basically with 2 mutas at that time, that will be game. But that said, there is some anti-air right now, and it's only 4 mutas. Only 4 mutas are not focusing that second. I really want to see them snipe that SCV, building the armory. That's very good, because now the Terran cannot answer this with Goliaths. They will need to rely on these turrets. And as you can see, Nightcat is adding a lot of them. Nightcat did find that hatchery, and it's basically as good as dead, because well, hold on, maybe the mutas will be able to chase away the vultures. Yeah, of course, the vultures have 0 damage to buildings, so it would take them forever. And yeah, Nightcat did manage to save his Romulus did manage to save his 3rd base. But they're not out of the woods yet. That armory is not being produced, and meanwhile there is that armory here that's already being made. Why do you not just finish this one? You already have an armory started. Maybe Nightcat didn't realize. I don't really need to clean these mines. Oh, okay. You want to hatch. That makes sense. The eco is good from the Zerg player. Good economy on 2 bases. I got distracted for a moment. Good economy on 2 bases. But the Terran also has somewhat of a good economy. That base should be slightly better saturated, but let's not pick on that. What is Nightcat going for? Hydras and Mutas on 2 gas? I don't know about that. Is he getting the Lurker upgrade? No, he's getting Hydra upgrades. You can go Hydras versus Terran that is meching. It is viable. Another thing that you can do against such a Terran would be to just keep making mutas. And with something like 30-35 mutas, you can overwhelm the Goliaths and then pick off the tanks and everything. Oh, Nightcat is in the chat. Nightcat, I hope you had a good game. Was the latency better after I left? Let's see what Romulus is gonna go for. Hydras with upgrades. And yeah, I mean that is a good amount of Mutas, sniping everything as you can see. Oh wow. As you can see, Naka is being overall here. Mutas are very good against mech. But Hydras suck against the bunker, so maybe Naka can hold on here. His Mutas are doing way too much damage though. Mutas don't suck against a bunker. Oh wow. Well done, Nightcat. Oh no, you need to come back to repair that bunker. No. Oh, that was it. That was a very clutch defense. But yeah, I mean, bunkers are very good. But Romulus does not have as much of a big army right now, and there's only one siege tank from Nightcat though, with a very good SimCity and another clutch bunker defense. Maybe he can hold on these that Hydra force that is coming over his way. And Romulus is already transitioning into making drones again. I don't know if that army is enough, and it's definitely not going to be enough if Romulus waits for a bit. Also, Nightcat. Oh, okay, so you did finish your second armory, but you made this armory when that was 99% complete. What's up with that? Did you forget about it? Okay, so two tanks right now. Normally you want to have your tanks behind some SimCity or some other units, because right now Hydras can just go and snipe them. And it's just so much harder. Otherwise, and they're able to do a lot more damage. These Mutas are engaging possibly not at the best time. Yeah, I see it got sniped just as it was about to complete. What is Romulus gonna go for? I mean, they have 3 gas, which is very healthy. They're trying to get their 4th base. Basically, 4 base is impossible to deal with even for a Terran. They can do some very nice pushes off 2 bases. But mech, the idea of the build is to be very efficient. And to slowly just gobble the whole map and get all the resources, while Berserk can just is wasting army after an army trying to break the mech force. So that is the idea of the build. That is a very good engagement, and the lines don't suck against Hydras. But that seems to be a bit too much Zerg with the reinforcements and the Mutas. But Nika is very close, yeah, he will hold it. And these Hydras should not engage all the time. I think Nika lost 3 or 4 tanks, mostly Goliaths, because the Hydras were not firing. But that's a very good defense here by Nightcat. Let's see the reinforcements. Basically, Nightcat's attack looks very scary right now. Zerg will need somewhat of a miracle to hold that, honestly. Nightcat is being caught a bit out of position. That is good, but as soon as he's on the high ground now, these Hydras have no chance. you need something to support your tanks. Let's see. There's some vultures. Vultures is a good start. Command center needs to land. Vultures is a good start. There's a lot of hydras, and yeah, that's why exactly you need either vultures or goliaths to prevent the hydras from doing exactly that. And that is a lot of tanks. That was 4 to 5 times that my guy is losing right now, and that reinforcements unfortunately is not helping. That's a shame. So Nightcat had a very good chance here. He will take that base eventually. Will buy some time with these vultures, but I think it's Romulus' turn to attack right now. Let's see the army that Romulus will muster. Romulus is able to see with that Overlord the command center being taken. A few Hydras and some Lynx will take it. There are currently no reinforcements that will defend this. So yeah, the command center needs lift. And when these vultures arrive, if they arrive, the command center should be safe, and that position can be reclaimed. But at the same time, Romulus is going for what seems to be like a surround, or are they just killing that command center? So the Terran army is being caught a bit out of position over here. Romulus' forces are not perfectly grouped, so really might. So Laika is doing very good job with these small armies here and there. I am very pleasantly surprised. Possibly if that Terran army was balled up and united from the very start, maybe Nightcat would have had this game in the bag already. But that said, Nightcat is still fighting very fiercely here. You did not spend your 2k bank. Your bank is still huge. Just on 2 bases though. But let's see the engagement going on in the middle of the map. So what Nightcat is lacking here is he does not keep reinforcing that siege position that he has with all these units. That Hydra Force would not have been able to take all this if the reinforcements were in place. And as you can see right now, as there are 3 tanks rather than 2, that fight just looks much better. Butter is a very tough map, yeah. There's more than 2 paths. I'll show you in a bit. Let's see that defense of your base. But there's 3 paths. There's one over here, there's one over here, and there's one right there at the very back. So yeah, butter is quite tricky. Another command center goes down. Is Nightcat just gonna starve to death with his huge bank? Is that how this game is gonna end? Because Romulus did eventually manage to take that base, and is scouting that Nightcat is still on 2 bases. So let's see. Nightcat is looking good, but they lack the ability for regrouping and uniting their main army with the reinforcements. There's a lot of defilers going. Defilers are not as good against mech just because of all that damage from the splash of tanks. But it's still quite good. You definitely needed more factories, yeah. But on the bright side, Zerg is on 6 hatcheries. Now I'm getting their 8, so Zerg need a bit more hatches as well, especially for that link heavy play that they're going. But yeah, I think really what's killing it here is the lack of factories. Because you had the resources to stop the army, you just did not have the units. Oh, that shot was just huge. Tanks are so good. There's no mining in the main base, and the Mantra is almost mined out, and basically that is the base that KotT needs. I do not believe this is still not adrenaline. You basically want to get your crack upgrade as soon as possible. Okay, I said that about Romulus, and they are now adding all these additional hatches, which is exactly what we need to do if they are to win this game. But KotT will try to fiercely defend that third base. And basically, the whole game is now hanging on the KotT's ability to keep that third base. One lurker being sneakily morphed over here. Oh my god, what is happening here? Oh no. You definitely don't want to see this. Oh my god. It's gonna bother me for the rest of the game. But yeah, link heavy, as I say, you need more hatches, and that's exactly what Romulus is doing. Many hatches are able to produce many links. That's the StarCraft maths for you. These defilers almost have one Dark Swarm each, but they are defilers and they don't really care about the energy because Consume is a very good spell. Okay, KotT finally adding some factories. That's quite good. And seems like with these two supply depots and a few more tanks, that base will be unreachable. I like that he finally added these buildings that I was talking about from the beginning. And these, well, only links can damage these tanks now. These Hydras are foxing the Goliath, who is in the Dark Swarm. And if that Goliath just hold position right here, that guy would have held for a much longer. But that's it. I saw Romulus was upgrading drops earlier, and that will be 2 Overlords full of Zerglings. Do they finally have track? No track upgrade yet. That is really killing Romulus here. Should get that upgrade as soon as possible. It's such a good upgrade. It makes your links so much better. I cannot even describe how good tracklings are. Zerglings are good. Speedlings are very good. Tracklings are insane. There's a few Hydras trying to take out the Goliath under Darkstorm again, but Nihat will not have any of this, and is tapping out. Let's see how is the next game progressing. It will be Romulus and Refrigerator. I cannot really... don't think I can cast that just because me and Refrigerator have some bad latency. And after that is the finals. So we have seen Nightcat almost advancing. And you know what, Nightcat, are you still in the chat? Can you send me your... yeah. Can you send me your game versus Refrigerator? I can cast that. Just so that everyone is aware who goes to the finals, and then I will not cast the finals, just because the official CPL stream will do that instead. So let's have another game. How long have I been going for? Just 1 hour. Oh man, I need to get back in shape. I feel like I've been casting for 2 hours at least. My voice indicates that, but it's been only an hour. Let's go for that Holy game, and let me cast it as soon as I go get some water. So what are the predictions? Who's gonna win this game? That guy is not allowed to guess, because they know. Let's see what's happening. Is anyone gonna try and guess? It's gonna be Nightcat versus Refrigerator. And the map is Polypoid. The last game was top versus bottom. This game is not top versus bottom, but yeah, whatever. Let's see what these two are going for. I don't think Refrigerator would do any cheese, just because it's a very big map. There's still the possibility of center gates. Yeah, I blame Refrigerator for both not being top versus bottom and for having bad latency with me. Let's just all blame Refrigerator about everything. That's the thing we're going for here. Because it's not the official live casting, we can do whatever we want. Okay. That is a very good depot by Nightcat. You seem to have been studying your SimCities quite a lot. Command center with rugs to the right of it, and the second depot over here is gonna be a full wall, and that is so good again, defending against these early zelts, and that's exactly what my guy is doing. I don't think the second depot is able to make that tight. But it still gives a lot of room for the Marines to micro. It's not like Eclipse, where that's just unstoppable. But it is still very good. But we don't need to worry about that, just because... Ooh. Refrigerator will not go for any of it, but what is that island? basically want to see very fast cybernetics here. Because that pylon... No, that was the second pylon. Excuse me, it's just the second pylon, it was kind of late. I thought that was the third pylon. Yeah, basically as a process you want a little pylon, cyber core, and then your second pylon. Okay, let's see, KotT is adding their factory. And there's only one SCV on gas. That means that KotT will not be going for a 2-factory push. Let's see how many Marines is KotT gonna make. I have the replay progress bar. Oh no! Thank you, Auto Wrangler. Yeah, let's see how many Marines KotT is gonna make. Is that gonna be more than 3? It's more than 3 Marines. You basically know it's gonna be some aggression from Terran there. That Dragoon will clean out the SCV. I'm really surprised. So if KotT was going for either an FD or a 2-fac here, Refrigerator is just dead. Just because of that super late scout. That Zelt will only now see what KotT's up to, and the Zell will confirm that expansion being taken. So Refrigerator can sigh in relief, but man, was that risky. So 3 gateways. I can't say that I love this response because so Refrigerator sees that there's already a bunker and the command center is going up. So adding these 2 more gateways shouldn't do a lot of damage. So basically these 3 gateways will be useless. The correct play in this situation is to go for Nexus, but there's always the possibility that he can do some damage on that bunker and then only rally. Oh no, never mind. SCV scouts at 3 gates and no expansion. So Protoss does not have expansion by the 4th minute mark. You should know as a Terran KotT that there will be some aggression coming your way. In this case, if you ever see this, basically, you want to get your engineering bay as soon as possible if you have not already done so, and get some turns, because all the options that the Protoss player can go for is either this thing that you're seeing right now, which is the Bulldog, or the Reaver, or some DTs. And all of these are countered by just a few missile turrets and good position tanks. Your second tank is a bit late, but that's fine. Basically, right now here the play is... I see you don't have your tangible yet, but ideally you would have started making your engineering bay here as soon as you saw that the Protoss player does not have an expansion yet, because that will make it harder for the DTs to come in. Yeah, no fear of DTs. But also, it's not just no fear of DTs, it's also no fear of Bulldogs. And I feel that this is gonna be a mistake that KotT will pay for. There's only that 1 tank, there is no turrets, and the 1 bunker is not enough to stop it. That 1 tank is down. SCVs are not being able to block here, and yeah, okay, I mean that's game, but that's basically, good news is that Nika can prevent that quite easily. Because here Nika had all the information that they needed to see that a bust like this was coming. So again, if you don't see a Protoss expansion by 420, just play as turtley as possible, because they are going for some random aggression. And as soon as you hold this, you're so far ahead. So in this case, like, you could have even a third factory, or gone for a second machine shop, get gone up to 4 tanks with some turrets, and that's basically invincible. Okay, so here you have it. Refrigerator will advance to the finals of the King of the Tiers for Tier 2. And I will not cast the finals again. Nebline will do that with Side 0, I believe, in the official cast. And they will show the last remaining 3 games from that bracket. I think Tier 0 is casted by Warp Gates, and the other, let me see, Tier 1 I believe is also at the final stage. So that is all for today for casting. Thanks all for joining me. Let's see if there's anyone streaming StarCraft right now, so we can host them. Who is hosting? Oh, Zero is. Yeah, there's BSL. Let's just trade BSL. Is that gonna be it? Yeah, there we go. We are rating 0, so hop on to the train. Let's go and watch some BSL together. Thank you all for coming to the cast.
There's something about games.
What you're doing there gives you real chills.
There is one thing that can't be stopped.
Feelings. And if you can feel it,
It must be real, right?
that's
That's real magic.
I love my son, and I want him